Hello everyone, myself Dilip Udani, and today I will teach you this topic, that is editing, saving and running a script using interactive shell. So let's start. First of all, we will see Python shell. Python is an interpreter language. It means it executes the code line by line. Python provides a Python shell which is used to execute a single Python command and display the result. It is also known as REPL. What is R? That is read, E means evaluate, P means print and L means loop, where it reads the command, evaluates the command, prints the result and loop it back to read the command again. To run the Python shell, open the command prompt or PowerShell on Windows, write Python and press enter. How will you run the Python shell program? For that purpose, you have to open the command prompt or PowerShell on Windows. Then after you have to write the Python and then after you have to press enter. A Python prompt comprising of 3 greater than symbols, that is this one, will appear. How I will just make you understand this whole process by running a one program on Python shell. Now you can enter a single statement and get the result. For example, enter a single expression like 3 plus 2 and press enter. So what is the result? That is 5. It will show you 5 and it will display the result in the next line. So this is about a single statement only, but if you have to say run the multiple statements, then what will you do? That is execute Python script. As you have seen above, Python shell executes a single statement. To execute multiple statements, create a Python file with extension .py and write Python scripts. That is nothing but multiple statements. Now the question arises, how will you write down the Python script? For that purpose, you have to use a notepad. Write a multiple statements in notepad and save that particular file using the extension .py. That is, for example, enter the following statement in a text editor such as Notepad. You have to write down these statements in a Notepad, that is print, this is Python script, print welcome to Python tutorial. You may take any print statements. I have taken these two statements over here. Then after, save it as my Python script.py. You can give a name to a file as you like. I have given the file name as my Python script and keep in mind to give the extension .py. Then after, navigate the command prompt to the folder where you have saved this file and execute the program. That is my Python script.py command. It will display the result. I will make you understand this whole process by running a program in Python shell. First of all, click on the window key. Now over here, write down PowerShell. So it will appear over here. Just click on Window PowerShell. Here I am using the Window PowerShell. You can use the command prompt also by writing down the command prompt or CMD. See, we have Window PowerShell. Now, first of all, I will write down Python over here. Then after, press the enter key. Now you can see this symbol. Now, if we have to run any program in this Window PowerShell, we can do it. How? First of all, if I will enter 4, it will give me 4. If I will enter 5, it will give me 5. If I will enter say 4 plus 4, so what will be the output? It will give me 8. If I will say divide 20 by 4, so what will be the output in this case? That is definitely 5. If I have to write down hello, so what will be the output in this case? If I will just enter, it will give me error. Why? See, we have name error, that is name hello is not defined. Why? Whenever we have to print any string in Python, then what we have to do, we have to write down that particular string in single quote or double quote. If I will write down hello in, say, double quotes, and then after I will just enter, so it will give me the output that is hello. In a similar manner, if you have to perform any operation, then you can do it accordingly. Now we have to run a Python file using window PowerShell. For that purpose, we have to create a file in Notepad, and we have to save the file by giving the extension as .py. I have already done it, and I have written the same code as discussed with you. Now I will just run that particular file using window PowerShell. For that purpose, I need to write down the path over here. First of all, I will show you the path of that particular file. See, this is my Python script.py file. Now I will show you its path. Just click on the right button, click on properties. See, its location is this one, that is C users the lib desktop. So to run this .py file, what we have to do, see, first of all, I will just write down exit function over here to exit from Python. Now I have to write down the path over here. See, what is the path? That is C users the lib, then after desktop. So I will just write down the command cd desktop. It will enter into the desktop. See, I have the same path over here, that is C users the lib desktop. Now I will just write down Python as keyword. Then after I will just write down the file name. And what is the file name? That is my Python script .py. Now I will just press the enter key. Now you can see the same output as discussed with you, that is, this is Python script, welcome to Python tutorial. In this way we can run the Python programs in window PowerShell. Now we will see Python IDE. IDE, that is Integrated Development and Learning Environment, is an integrated development environment, that is IDE for Python. IDE, that is nothing but IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment for Python. The Python installer for Windows contains the IDE module by default. The Python installer has already its own IDE module. To start an IDE interactive shell, search for the IDE icon in the start menu and double click on it. This will open IDE where you can write and execute the Python scripts. You can execute Python statements same as in Python shell. I have already discussed with you how to run a program in Python shell. You have to follow the same procedure in case of Python IDE. To execute a Python script, create a new file by selecting file, new file from the menu. Enter multiple statement and save the file with extension .py. Using file save, for example, save the following code as myprogram.py. That is print hello world, print welcome to Python tutorial. This is how you have to create a one script. If we have to execute a Python script, then we have to create a new file. And how will you create? You have to go into the file menu. From that you have to select new file from the menu. And in that particular file, you have to write down the multiple statement, and you have to save the file using the file name, and then after you have to give its extension, that is .py. Then after we will see how to run that particular program in Python IDE. For that purpose, what we will do, we'll just press 5 to run the script in the editor window. The IDE shell will show the output. I will make you understand this whole process by running a few programs in Python IDE. First of all, how will you open the Python IDE? For that purpose, you have to click on the Windows Start key. Then after, just write down Python. You will find IDE Python 3.832-bit. Just double click on this one. See, we have Python IDE. Now you have to follow the same process as discussed with you in window PowerShell. If I will just write down 4, it will give me 4. If I will just write down 5, it will give me 5. If I will just write down say 7 plus 8, it will give me 15. If I will just write down say LKO, it will give me error, that is name error, name LKO is not defined. So whenever we have to print any word or any statement, we have to write down that particular word or statement in double quotes or single quotes in Python. So over here I will just write down say hello in double quotes, and then after I will just press the enter key, so it will give me the correct output, that is hello in this case. If I will just divide it say 20 by 5, so what will be the output in this case? That is 4.0. In this way you can write down the code and you can run the program as explained to you. But these are single statements only. And if you have been given multiple statements, then what will you do? For that purpose, you have to write down the Python script. I have to say run a script in which I will be having multiple statements. So for that purpose, I have to create a script. And how can I create this script? That is, click on the file button, then after click on new file. Now in this file, you have to write down the multiple statements. Say I will just write down the same statements as discussed with you, and these statements are print hello world, then after print welcome to Python tutorial. Now I will just save this file. To save this file, click on the file button, then after click on the save button. See, I am going to save this file on desktop. See, I will just name the file. Say the name of the file is my program.py. Now click on the save button. See, this file is already exists, right? So do you want to replace it? I will just click on yes, I want to replace it. Now we have to run this file. To run this file, we will just click on F5 button. See, you can see the same output, that is hello world, welcome to Python tutorial. In this way, we can run a Python script on Python IDE. Now we will see Python IDEs, that is integrated development environments. There are many free and commercial IDEs available for Python. See, Jupyter Notebook is already discussed with you. Then after we have Visual Studio Code, we have Spider, we have PyCharm. See, I have written 4 IDEs over here only. You will find the number of IDEs which are free and commercial IDEs available for Python. Here we will see the PyCharm IDE. See, PyCharm IDE. We will just run almost all the programs in PyCharm IDE. First of all, you have to install the PyCharm IDE, and how will you install? I will just make you understand. PyCharm is the most popular IDE used for Python scripting language. Follow the steps given below to install the PyCharm on your system. First of all, we have to install the PyCharm. How will you install? For that purpose, I have given the steps over here. Download the required package from the official website of PyCharm. See, this is the official website of PyCharm. Here you will observe two versions of package for window. That is, first one is professional and the second one is community. Professional package involves all the advanced features and comes with free trial for few days only, and the user has to buy a license key for activation beyond the trial period. Hence we will go for community package only. Community package is for free and can be downloaded and installed as and when required. It includes all the basic features needed for installation. Note that we will continue with community package throughout this tutorial. Download the community package, that is executable file, onto your system and mention a destination folder. Now begin the installation procedure similar to any other software package. To install the PyCharm IDE, first of all you have to visit its official website, and the link for official website is already discussed with you. Then after you will find two packages, one is professional and other is community, and we will use community package. So you have to download it and you have to install it onto your computer screen, and the process is very simple. You have to just follow the steps while installing the PyCharm IDE. I have installed the PyCharm IDE in my system. I will just open the PyCharm IDE and will make you understand how to write down the Python script and how to run the Python script in PyCharm IDE. I have installed PyCharm IDE on my system. I will just click on this PyCharm IDE. It will take some time to open. Just wait. See, it will be open like this. If you want to create a new project, then after you have to click on this button. If you want to open, then you have to click on this button, and so on. See, I will just click on create new project. See, the path will be like this. Over here you have to give the name of project. Say I will just give the name as demo 2. This is the name of the project. Then after, just click on create. It will take some time, you have to wait. See, it is creating the project demo 2. See, over here you will find the name of the project, that is demo 2. Now if you have to write down a Python script, for that purpose you have to create a Python file. Now to create a file, just right click over here, then after click on new, and from this one you have to select a Python file. Now you have to give the name of Python file, say program 1, and if you just don't write down .py extension, it will take .py extension by default because we have selected a Python file. Click on OK. Now you can see that program1 Python file is selected, you will find program1.py file over here also. Now I will write down print hi. Now if I have to run this program, what should I do? Just right click over here, click on this run program 1. Now you can see its output over here, that is hi. Now if I will just take, say, a equals to 2, b equals to, say, 7, and then after I will just write down print of a plus b. Now just run this program, click on the run button over here. Now you can see the output. This is the output for this print statement, and here we have assigned variable a as 2, variable b as 7, and then after we are going to add these two results, that is 2 and 7. If you will add 2 to 7, you will get 9, and we are printing over here a plus b, so the output of this print statement, that is 9. This is how you can create any script of Python in PyCharm IDE, and you can run that particular script. And how to run the script, that is already discussed with you. So in today's lecture we have seen how to write down the Python script and how to run the Python script in Windows PowerShell, in Python IDE, and finally in PyCharm IDE. Thank you for watching this video.